Hi y'all, and welcome back to Eat Color with Claudia. Today we're making leg of lamb with gravy, and I'm hugging this pan because this is where all the gravy magic happens. This leg of lamb that I'm working with today is almost a 3.5 pounder, and it has the bone in. You need a roasting pan, a roasting rack if you've got one. And the most important is a thermometer of some sort. I'm going to be using a meter, but any old thermometer will work because there's no wing in it when you're going to roast a lamb. You really got to know its temperature. So we're going to start with prepping the lamb. I've had this out of the refrigerator for about 45 minutes because I wanted to get it to be room temperature. The first thing we do is we got to look for the fatty part of the lamb and score. So with a sharp knife and basically some diamond, you're going to go ahead and you want to get through the white fat here and just score this. It's okay if it goes a little bit into the top of the meat muscle. That's perfectly fine. So we're going this way. And now we're going to go this way. We're making like a diamond cut. These cuts are going to allow our seasonings to pass right through the fat, straight into this meat, where we're going to be adding some spices and a paste. It's going to totally enhance the flavor of this beautiful meat. I'm going to pour the olive oil all on both sides of the meat. Just rub it in. Next step is salt on all sides. And some pepper. Sprinkle it all the way around. And now some paprika. Now some people like smoked paprika. I just kind of like just the regular paprika. Get it all around and all sides of your lamb. Just rub all that salt, pepper, and paprika. I've got both burners on here with my roasting pan, and I got this like a medium high because we want to sear our beautiful lamb. I like to do just a medium to a light sear, just enough for a little light crust to form around there where it'll trap in that moisture so that we don't lose all the beautiful juices while it's roasting. And we turn, get all sides, even the ends. As you can see, this is just searing beautifully. It's turning brown, and I'm really only spending like maybe 15 seconds on each side. This is just a quick sear. All right, now we're gonna pick it up. Let's set it aside. Now, do not rinse your roasting pan. We need these juices. So I just turned off my heat and it's resting and the lamb is resting. Now we're chopping up some vegetables to put underneath the lamb as it roasts. And this will be part of what's going to give that gravy the most amazing flavor ever. The onion was chopped up in quarters and now I'm just kind of separating it. I'm gonna get all the vegetables in this holding bowl. Now your carrots, when you do your carrots, you don't need to like peel the skin. That's totally not necessary. Just cut it in half, and then I'm just gonna cut this like in chunks like this. That's all. We just need 2 of them, and we're just gonna keep on rolling. I have 3 celeries, and I'm gonna cut these up into nice big chunks. Now I'm gonna add the vegetables, carrots, onion, and celery, and 3 cups of water. So now we've got garlic, about 8 cloves. 6 of the cloves are gonna cook with the vegetables, and these 2 that I'm quartering and making these nice little slices, they're gonna go straight into the lamb for flavor. These little slices of garlic, we're gonna go ahead, you might need to just, in where we made these little slits, take your garlic and just push them on in there. Push them in there and kind of close it back up. And I'm just gonna pick random places and put, probably 8 of these in here. We're gonna make a paste. The first thing we want is we just need some rosemary. We want to get our rosemary and mince these up just really nice and tiny. Look y'all how tiny I minced up the rosemary and ended up using 2 rosemaries because rosemary and lamb love each other. The paste is a little bit of rosemary. Oh, maybe just like a little, what is that? Like 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Oops. And so now I'm just gonna stir this up and make a nice little paste. So now I'm gonna put this paste on. And I'm gonna just kind of dab it around here because I'm gonna rub it all over. And I'm gonna make sure it gets into the grooves. The rosemary, the Dijon mustard, the paprika. Like we have everything that lamb loves on here. I have some leftover garlic and I'm just gonna throw them in here. Rosemary twigs in here. And to last some time, okay? This is another herb that the lamb loves is thyme. And take your roasting rack and place it right in here. Get your big lamb and put him right there. He looks beautiful. The last step is this thyme that I told you he loves and place it on the top. Just, several sprigs, just like this. One more little drizzle of olive oil. This baby is ready to go in the oven. The oven is set on 210 degrees. This is a 3.5 pound lamb, so it's gonna take about 2 hours. But the plan is that you want this to cook slowly. It's gonna be beautiful, tender, delicious, I'm telling you. So just be real patient. Let it go in there and roast. And here's the other step. Y'all, you want to make sure that your oven rack is on the very bottom position. So I put a little meter thermometer in here. I got a link in the bottom where you can get a meter. But again, remember, you can just use the grocery store thermometers after about the 2 hour mark to see where you stand. But there'll be, so there won't be any guessing. So anyway, let's get this in. Okay, I took this out and it is right at 132. Which is great because this is exactly how I like it. Now, if you want it medium rare, which I like, I'm gonna take it out like between 130 and 140, and then more medium, 135, 145, depending on how you like your meat. This still needs to cook and it needs to rest. So I'm gonna lift this baby out, okay. And now wrap it really good with foil. While the meat is resting, we're gonna make our gravy. Okay, so put your roasting pan back on the skillet and we're gonna let this come to a simmer. Get this simmering, and now we want to add a little bit more of the Dijon mustard. So about like a spoonful. You need some red wine. I'm gonna prefer to put a cab in here because that's what I'm gonna be drinking tonight. So anyway, so I got a cup of the red wine, 2 cups of chicken broth. We're gonna add just a little more salt and pepper. And we're gonna bring this to a simmer and we're gonna let it just, simmer for about 10 minutes. Now it's time to make a slurry. And so it's equal parts of cornstarch and water or broth. I don't have any more broth, so I'm using water, 6 tablespoons of water. So you want to stir this up until like there's no lumps and that it resembles milk, just like this. Look at that. Pour this in. And now we'll stir this for a few minutes and it will get nice and thick and resemble gravy. This is nice and thick. Look how you can see when you separate that. Look how it's nice and thick. So now we're gonna strain this. Here we go. The lamb is about ready to come out of there because it's been It's been like 40 minutes. It's ready. It's nice to let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes. And the gravy's hot. I'm just going to taste it just to make sure. Delish. Okay, let's get the lamb out and let's get it carved. I'm so happy with how this leg of lamb turned out. If you do it this way, I promise you it'll come out perfect every time. So here we go. Let me go ahead and taste this, smothered in all this beautiful gravy. Let's see. It's moist, it's tender. Oh wow, y'all. I just really hope y'all have a great Easter and make yourself a nice, beautiful piece of leg of lamb. Bon appetit.